ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। नत्वा सरस्वतीं देवीं शुद्धां गुण्यां करोम्यहं पाणिनीयप्रवेशाय लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुदीम्। हरि ओम। So in last class the Rutva Prakaranam is going on. And we have seen till this Naschavya Prashan, isn't it? Only Naschavya Prashan we have finished, or we started Visarjaniyasya Saha?
We started Visarjaniyasya Saha.
We started, na? So these are in order we had, as we saw, that original letter, then there will come Ru, then there will come Visarga, Visarga will become Sa, and then again the Sa will turn into different things. So by Shtutva, further the effects will be applied to that Sa. So for now we saw Naschavya Prashan, which is the Na turns into Ru, and then further as it is the once the Ru comes, then that Ukara disappears, Ra remains, Ra becomes this Visarga, and then Visarga turns into Sakara, etc. So for this two sutras come, whenever the Ru comes, whatever is the previous letter, either it gets replaced by nasal of it, or the Anuswara comes as Agama there. That is the thing what we have seen. So now the Prashan Shabda, where this Naschava Prashan Sutra, the Sutra itself says that when it is about Prashan Shabda, do not apply this rule, except Prashan Shabda, wherever you see there is Na at the end of Pada, and there is Amparakachav letters are there, then you apply. Then we saw that this how these letters are getting excluded from this original this when it is said Khar, so in this Kharvasanayor Visarjaniyah, so for that remains very less space. So that's how we have seen. So now Visarjaniyasya Saha is just simple. Visarjaniya means Visarga, Visarjaniya is just synonyms. So Visarjaniya will turn into Sakara, or Sakara will come as the Adesha on the place of Sa. So Visarjaniya says Shashtyanta, that will get replaced by Saha, which is there in Prathama Vibhakti. And what is the Nimitta? Khari Paresati, Saptami Vibhakti, Khari. So Vritti is done with the Sutra itself, nothing more to explain. And thus we saw that in front of us there was the situation there, the Chakrihi Tarayaswa. So Chakrims Tarayaswa, Chakrihi Tarayaswa, Chakrims Tarayaswa, Trayaswa, sorry, Trayaswa, Chakrims Trayaswa. So both the examples we saw. Aprashan iti kim? Why Aprashan it is said like that? So Prashantanoti. So here in this situation it does not happen. So Na remains as it is. Then this just specific Shabda. Padasya iti kim? Why the Padasya Anuvritti is coming in this sutra? Why this padasya anuvritti is required in this sutra? That is the question. Though nowhere that padasya is appearing here. Okay. But then how come this question is asked here? So padasya, the adhikara is coming. In that adhikara, this particular sutra is going on. So padasya, that means the padantasya nakarasya. We had seen in Naschavya Prashan. Yeah, Naschavya Prashan. Nantasya padasya. So padasya is coming as anuvritta. That is adhikara. So whatever works we are doing in these sutras, so these works are happening to the padanta. Let me just put it here. Yeah. Visarjaniyasya kari स्यात् पदान्तस्य विसर्जनीयस्य खरिपरे सति सहस्य. That is the full meaning. So why padantasya? Why this padasya anuvritti is coming here? Why this adhikara? So the question is answered here that hanti. Here there is situation. There is han dhatu. It is from dvitiya gana. So the shab disappears for dvitiya gana dhatu, and then which is eventually it becomes ti only. Then hanti, here there is nakara, which is the pure nakara. Okay, that will turn into this ru. Then again it will turn into visarjaniya, and then it will turn into sakara. So that's what was supposed to happen, but none of this thing happened, and just na remains as it is. Why? Because padasya, that anuvritti comes throughout these sutras. So therefore that rule, those rules are not applied in the case of han, because han is not pada. It will become pada when it is connected to this tip pratyaya. Then only it will get pada saudhnya. And the tip is not swadi pratyaya. No, the swadishva sarvanama sthaneshu is the sutra which even the prakriti is not connected with the pratyaya, still that prakriti becomes pada when those pratyayas are just in front of them. So, but those pratyayas are different. Those are mentioned separately. So that is not the case in the this hanti. So han still remains apada, and ti is though ti is khar, is ta is khar pratyahara later, the sutras will not apply here. So that's why padasya is required here. Okay, so that's what the sutra is over, I think. So is there any doubt in visarjaniyasya saha?
No, sir.
So we'll move to the next sutra.
Ji, can I ask an aside doubt? Please answer if it is appropriate to the class. This Sahana Bhavatu, we chant in mission with the Vishavahai, he, right, with the Visarga, last word. Ma with Vishavahai, he, that's how we chant. And but in the book there is no Visarga, and in Kailash also they don't chant with Visarga. So is there a lopa, or is it like something different?
We don't chant as Visarga. Ma vidvishavahai. Dirghaswara it is.
Vishavahai.
No, it is not Visarga. It is not Visarga. It is Dirghaswarita.
Yeah.
Ma vidvishavahai.
That is
Dirgha Swarita, but the intonations are not given in that way. Okay, we'll check it later.
Nrun pe. The next sutra is Nrun पे. Nrun ityasya rurva pe. So nrun is a form of nru shabda. When it is declined like na, narau, naraha. Na, narau, naraha. Naram, narau, nrun. Nran, rubhyam, nrubhi. Nren, rubhyam, rubhya. Nuhun, rubhyam, rubhya. Nuhun, rohun. Nrunam. Nrunam, nrunam. The harsva dirgha, both it happens. So this is nru. Nru means a human, a man. Man, not human. Man. So Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachan is nrun. Just like Raman, Kartrun, like that. Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachan. Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. So how the process is just the prakriya is written here. How this is, how it is declined. Just we get at the end we get nrun, this particular form. Nrun, this form we get. Now what sutra says, whenever there is pa in front of this particular word, in that situation, so pahi, so O Bhagavan, protect all human, all men, like that pratidnya, the prarthana will be. Now nrun pahi, whenever there is pa in front of this particular word, then the ending na will get replaced by ru. That is the meaning of sutra. Ruhu syat. This is the main meaning. Where will it happen? What is the sthani? So nrun ityasya. Nrun ityasya. So the word nrun, for that particular word, ru will come. Now, where will it come? So it will come the ending letter, the last letter, alontyasya. So na, the hal na is the last letter, and there this ru will come. How will it come? So what is the nimitta? The pa is declined, and along with akara, pa is declined, and then pe. This is the form. Pe is, I will type here. Akara yuktasya akarasya vachanam rosya. Pe is easy. Nrun pe is just small thing. Now the further the in vritti also nothing much is explained. Ru is coming from the anuvritti, and the sutra is getting completed. Nrun, actually the nrun word here, it is in Shashti Vibhakti. We are supposed to understand it is in Shashti Vibhakti. Because now the reason I don't can't be given exactly, but this can be the reason that for clarity it is taken as it is and not given in Shashti Vibhakti. So if Shashti Vibhakti is given, just out of topic, if you understand, for the meaning is understood here of sutra. The nrun nakara will get ru when it is followed by pa. That is the main meaning. Now, why it is not mentioned in Shashti Vibhakti? Just I will try to give the clarity. If it becomes clear, fine. If it does not become clear, that is also fine. Again, because the topic will come today or tomorrow, or you will ask one day that, okay, how is it like that? So now, if I decline Nru Shabda, it is declined like this. Okay. Na, Narau, Naraha. Then Dvitiya Vibhakti is Naram, Narau, Nrun. And then Shashti Vibhakti becomes Nuhu. I'm typing directly Nuhu, Roho, Nrunam. That's how it becomes. Now, the Shashti Vibhakti of Nru Shabda is Nuhu, Ekavachanam. Dvivachanam is Nroho, Bahuvachanam Nrunam. But the discussion is not going on about this Nru Shabda, which is this Nru Pratipadika, which is declined like this, Na Narav Naraha Naram Narav Nrun Nran Rubhyam Rubhi, like that. But the discussion is going on only about Nrun, this particular form. Okay. Now, because this particular word or this particular word form is being discussed, and here on this particular word only we are supposed to do some work, therefore this will be taken and will be declined. So Nrun is made like Pratipadika. Now it is declined. Means what? Discussion is not going on about Nru Shabda, but now the discussion is going on about Nrun, this particular Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachan form. So it will be declined like the any Halanta Shabda. So Nrun, Nrunau, Nrunaha. Like that. Bhubrut, Bhubrutau, Bhubruta. Nrun, Nrunau, Nrunaha. Nrunam, Nrunau, this. Nrunaha. Then Nruna, like that it will go. Like Bhubruta, Bhubrudyam, Bhubrut. Now here, Nrun Shabda, just this particular Dvitiya Bhakti Bahuvachan form is being discussed and not the original Pratipadika, not the original word. So, therefore, now we are supposed to talk about Nrun, this particular form, which is Dvitiya Bhakti Bahuvachan. Okay. And here we are supposed to work. So, Nrunaha Shashti Bhakti, if we decline this Nrun Shabda Dvitiya Bhakti Bahuvachan Anta, again we are declining it as Pratipadika. So, Shashti Bhakti Ekavachanam will become Nrunaha. Nrunaha Pe Rurva Syat. That's how Sutra was supposed to happen. But because Shashtata only Sthani should be in Shashti Vibhakti, but it is not mentioned. Now this Nrun, how will we understand whether this Nrun is in Shashti Vibhakti or what? So it is Shashti Vibhaktiyanta form, but for clarity, it is just used or it is just mentioned as it is. Nrun Pe. So we do understand Padasya Nrun. Now the Padasya Anuvrutti will come. Nrun is already Pada. And then we have to understand, okay, Nrun is Shashti Vibhaktiyanta form, but the Shashti Vibhakti is not mentioned here. So this is generally done for the clarity, for more clarity. So no any other purpose. No, there is no reason why Shashti Vibhakti is not given. Reason is this only, that means we have to understand that this is for clarity. Otherwise, there is no rule to remove that particular Shashti here. Because as per the rules of Maharishi Paniniji, this should not happen, but it is being done by direct Maharishi Paniniji only. So the reason is, this is Nipatana, means one particular form is used in one particular sense or in one particular format for one particular reason, even going against the rule which are existing or against the rule which are given by Maharishi Paniniji. Okay. So that's how Nrun Ityasya, that's why the Ityasya is just, this is this explanation. So even in Vritti also, the Granthakara, what is he doing? He's keeping run as it is, and then further is adding that iti, and iti adjusts everything. So it is about this, like that the sense is coming. So nun ityasya shabdasya, like that, or shabda rupasya. So ityasya iti asya, this particular phrase gives the sense of shabda rupasya here. Nrun ityasya, that means nrun iti shabda rupasya. That's how the sense comes out of this particular phrase. Pe means pa paresati or pe paresati ruhusyat. Now, then for the further explanations, we have Paribhasha Sutras that, okay, alontyasya, the ending al will get replaced and not the whole word. So that's the further explanation. Okay, that is the meaning. Now, the situation was like this. I will remove this. Nrun Pahi, this was the situation in front of us. Now, Nrun Pahi, what will happen to this? Na will get replaced by Ru. Ru. Then Ru. Then Pahi. So our standard procedure is that previous letter will get either Anunasika, means it will get replaced by Anunasika, or the Anuswara will come as Agama. So then this Ra, Ru will become Ra plus Ahi. Then Ru Ra will get Kharavasanayor Visarjaniya. So Khari Avasane cha Pare Sati. Khar should be there or Avasana should be there. Rakara will get replaced by Visarga. So Refa will become Visarga. Visarjaniya by this sutra. And now, nothing, just we have to connect them. So this is the situation in front of us. This is how it will work. Now, the next, by the way, this Rurvape means this will happen Vikalpena. In one case, the Rutva will happen. One case, it will remain as it is. So for this optional, the option will be Nrun, like that. Once it will remain as it is. So Na will keep its original identity as it is. Okay. Once only it will turn into Rutva. So one form, to now itself we have to register that Nrun Pahi. One format will be like, here itself, no changes will take place, and Nrun Pahi. One form will be like this only. So now itself. So Vikalpen. Now just the remaining Rutva process we are seeing. Now, the next sutra we will read. These first two forms we already solved this. Okay, just now. Now just next sutra, then we will understand. Kupwo kappaucha, kupwo kappaucha, kupwo kappaucha. Bit difficult to read this sutra, but let's understand. Just simple meaning. Whenever in front of Visarga there is Ka Varga letter or Pa Varga letter, Visarga will turn into, for in the case of Ka Varga letters, it will turn into Jivva Mulya, and in the case of Pa Varga letter, it will turn into Upadmaniya. That is the meaning. Okay, the main meaning of this sutra. Let's see step by step. This is Jivva Mulya. Okay, and for clarity, Ka is given in front of it because the symbol for Jivva Mulya and Upadmaniya is used same. The same symbols are used. So that's why the Ka is given in front of it. Then, and moreover, it is all about the pronunciation, and generally there is no one particular format or one particular symbol to write these letters. Commonly, they are not written. Sometimes, rarely, that will be printed in some books, not always. So there is some other symbol is also used for Jivva Mulya and Upadmani, means the two separate symbols they try to use sometimes. But anyway, it is about understanding. It's very common rule that if there is Ka or Kha, then pronounce it like half Ka. If there is Pa or Fa, then pronounce it like half Pa. To pronounce it. That is it's about the pronunciation. So whenever there is a time, we pronounce it even without writing it. So that's why very less importance is given to the symbol of this particular two letters. Okay. So literally Ka has nothing to do here. When the Ka is not coming as Adesha or something. Originally we want just this. This is going to come as Adesha. Okay. The Ka is for just clarity. So Jivvamuliyascha Upadmaniyascha. Jivvamulya Upadmaniyau. Etau Jivvamulya Upadmaniyau stah. I will not type, I will type below. Stah. This is the main meaning. This will happen. What is Jivva Mulya, which is this, means Jivva Mulya means the particular pronunciation of Visarga which is practiced when there is Ka or Kha in front of Visarga. Okay. Then this is Upadmaniya, a particular type of pronunciation which comes on the place of Visarga when Visarga is followed by Pa or Pha. This is the essence, the extracted meaning of this sutra, because later when the soft consonants are going to be there, means though here it is said Ka Varge, Pa Varge, Cha Pare. So whole Ka Varga and Pa Varga is mentioned, but remaining letters will not be included because the apavada for this sutra will come later. Okay, so eventually just Ka, Kha and Pa, Pha, these four letters remain. So what is exact work which is happening here is this Jivva Mulya and Upadmaniya. They will come. Okay. So these are in Prathama Vibhakti. Kappau cha, kappau imau Prathama Vibhaktyanto. So Prathama Vibhakti is there. Stha, may they happen. Where, what is the sthani for this? So Visargasya. These two will happen on the place of Visarga. What is the nimitta? Varge cha. Whenever there is Kavarga or Pavarga in front of Visarga, then Visarga will get replaced by Jivva Mulya and Upadmaniya. That is the meaning. Okay. Cha is mentioned there in Sutra. What is the meaning of Cha? So just it is given Chad Visargaha. Because it is mentioned there, the Cha is mentioned there. From that cha, we understand that this adesha will happen. Fine. But also visarga will also happen. Means visarga will remain as visarga only. So no, optionally this jihva mulya and visarga will upadmaniya will come. So optionally it will come. That is the meaning. Chat visarga, the word meaning of this is this. We will see what is this chad visarga, how it is understood. But before that, just first meaning we will understand and we will solve the examples. Once the examples are done, we will come to this chad visarga. Okay. This is the meaning. Now, kupoho, how it is declined? So, ku, so, kuscha, kupo, just like gurvo. Sorry, gurvoho, kupoho. So, this is Saptami Vibhakti Dvivachanam. Kuscha, kuscha, kupvo. And tayoho, tayoho, kupvoho, Shashti Vibhakti Dvivachanam, Saptami Vibhakti Dvivachanam. Kuscha, kuscha, kupu, tayoho, kupvoho, Saptami Vibhakti Dvivachanam. This is the Saptami Vibhakti Dvivachan form. When they are in front of, that is the meaning. Sati Saptami. When they are there. Who kavarga letter and pavarga letter. That is the situation. What will turn into this Jivamulya and Upadmaniya? Visarga. So, kupvoho, this particular word, when it was mentioned here in Sutra, how are we supposed to understand? So, we are supposed to understand in this way. So, ku and pu. So, udit, that which has ukara as it, will become the grahaka of the savarni. So whatever the savarna letters are there in that ka varga, all will be understood. That means ku is not just ku, it has ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. All these letters are included. In the same way for pa, it applies. So that is the meaning for now here. So kupvoho, when there are ku and pu in front of visarga, visarga will turn into jivamulya and upadmaniya. That's what the meaning becomes. So we had situation like this. This was the situation in front of us. Once these two examples we have already solved here. When there is visarga. Now, when there won't be visarga, what will happen? This particular sutra will be applied. What does it say? It says that visarga will turn into jivamulya and upadmaniya. So, for jivamulya, here only the pa is there, upadmaniya only will come. So here we will write we'll just karaya, nu karaya. This will be for jivamulya example, and upadmaniya example will be of. Why did I do this? So Ramah, just for a second, we will come later to this. Ramah karoti. Situation, and Ramah pati. So visarga will turn into jivamulya in this case. So Ramah karoti. Again, it will be applied optionally. So Ramah karoti. Both of these phrases are okay. Both of them are correct. This situation also, Ramah pati or both of them are correct. Okay. Now we had the example Nrun Pai. Now we will come. Now there is in front of Visarga, there is Pa Varga. Nrun Pe, when there is Nrun, this particular form, and there is in front of that Nrun, Pa Varga, sorry, Pa, this particular letter, Pa only, not Pa Varga, just Pa. Then the Ru had come optionally. So Na was replaced by Ru, and that Ru turned into Visarga. And this is what we have got. Now the ᳲकᳲप sutra will be applied, and this particular Visarga which is there after that Nu will get replaced by this Upadmaniya. So this is how it becomes. Or the other Atranunasikap Purvasyatva Anunasikat Paronuswara. The first form is by Atranunasikap Purvasyatva, and the second form is due to Anunasikat Paronuswara. When we will not apply Atranunasikap Purvasyatva, we will apply Anunasikat Paronuswara. We will do the Anuswara Gama. So this is what we will get. So these are the third example which we solved here. This is, and the fourth example is this here. When we will apply ᳲकᳲप, when we will not apply this, then Visarga will remain as it is. Now, and the fifth one, Nrun Pai, which we already at the beginning itself is solved here. Because when there is this Na is not going to get replaced, then the original form is going to be there as it is. So no need to have further discussion, just it will remain in original format only. So thus the 5 forms will take place in the case of Nun, this particular word. Okay. Now the word here it is used Cha. So far we had seen, in order to bring the Vikalpatva, the optionality was brought with the word Vikalpena, Va, like this. These words, or Vibhasha, this word will be used. Suddenly this Cha is coming, and then Cha is also mentioning Vikalpa only, or it is talking about Vikalpa. How will we understand that Cha is also talking about Vikalpa? So very simple meaning. Cha means and. So and. So kupoho jivamulya upadmaniyastah visargascha and visarga. So on the place of visarga, when there is ku varga and pu varga, ka varga, pa varga letters, it will get replaced by jivamulya and upadmaniya and visarga as well. So that's how we should understand. So I will show it in Ashtadhyayi. The cha gives the sense of previous word. Here. Now, this is the sutra, ᳲκᳲપ. this sharpare visarjaniyah. This is one sutra. When there is khar pratyahara letters, and after that khar pratyahara letter, if there is shar pratyahara letters, then visarga remains visarga only. So sharpare visarjaniyah. Now sharpare visarjaniyasya visarjaniya, that's how the meaning comes. So visarjaniyasya saha, this sutra we saw that visarga will turn into sakara when it is followed by khar. Okay. Now if that particular khar is followed by shar, then visarjaniya means visarga will get replaced by visarga only. It will not get replaced by sa. That is the meaning. So here visarjaniyah is in prathama vibhakti. Okay. Now this particular sutra, the visarjaniyasya saha is saying that bring sa as the adesha. This sharpare visarjaniya is saying bring visarjaniya means visarga only as adesha. Vashari, this sutra is saying that in the case of shar pratyahara, bring sa on the place of visarga optionally. That means what? In one case visarjaniya will come. So shari visarjaniyasya saha visarjaniya va. That is the meaning. So shari, the visarjaniyasya will come, saha will come in the vashari sutra. So meaning will become visarjaniyasya shari pare saha syat visarjaniyasya shari pare visarjaniyah api syat. So vikalpena. So once it will turn into visarga, once it will turn into sakara. Okay. So thus this visarjaniya, the prathamanta is there here. Now what does this sutra say? Just for the structure of statement, this particular line gives the sense. Now kupoho, in the case of, here this Vashari sutra is talking about in the case of shar pratyahara letters, may this happen. Now this particular sutra says in the case of kupoho visarjaniyasya, this word will come here, visarjaniyasya jihvamulya upadmaniyav stah chad visarjaniya asmat sutrat. So this prathamanta word which was coming in Vashari, again it will come here. So he is saying this chakara says that okay, jivamulya and upadmaniya will happen and visarga also will happen. That is the meaning. So this is how this chakara is used to give the previous work, to assign the previous work as it is with additional work which is mentioned in current sutra. So in current, this particular sutra is particularly talking about jivamulya and upadmaniya, but chakara is giving, or it is asking us, or gives the sense to bring the previous visarjaniya from the previous sutra here, and thus the meaning becomes okay, visarga will also come on the place of that. So that is the meaning of here. Chad visarga. Meaning of chad visarga is this. That chakara gives us freedom, or chakara tells us to bring visarga in one case. So in one case jivamulya upadmani, in one case visarga. Okay. So thus we got these 5 examples. Nruh pahi, nruh pahi, nrum pahi, nrum pahi, nrun pahi. 5 examples. So one more thing I will explain in I already told, though it is mentioned here ku, but eventually we will get ka and kha only for this particular sutra. After applying apvada, this is utsarga, the common sutra, and pu is going to remain only pa and pha. This is what is going to remain. in application, when we are speaking or reading ᳲकᳲप sutra, just we have to remember will be applied only in these 4 letters, in the case of these 4 letters, nowhere else, because the question may come that okay, there are kh, after there is g also, there is g also, and there is ng also. What about them? So there are different rules for them. Soon we will learn in next Visarga Sandhi. So just we have to remember that eventually this is what is going to remain for ᳲकᳲप. Very common. Generally we practice it in the chantings. So therefore we have to remember this sutra. Is the sutra examples and vritti, everything is clear? So we will move to the next sutra. This we will read this sutra first, and then we will read this sutra. Okay. So this is not the part of Grantha, but still we will read this sutra. We need it. Okay. Sarvasyadve, 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 tasya paramamreditam, tasya paramamreditam, tasya paramamreditam. So first we will understand this sarvasyadve, and then tasya paramamreditam, this particular sutra we will understand. So sarvasyadve is one adhikara in Ashtadhyayi. Sarvasyadve, 8th chapter, the first pada, the first sutra itself is sarvasyadve. The meaning of sarvasyadve is very, in simple words, is that whatever word is there will get reduplication. It will become just double. Suppose again. So again we'll get double. So again and again. Oh, not again and again also is not as it is. Okay. Very, very. I am very, very glad. So very, very. So very is one word. Again, very is getting repeated. So here, as this very is getting this duplication, again it is becoming double. That's how word will become double. Whole word will become double. That is the meaning. Sarvasya means everything of that word will get double. Okay. The Kashika vritti I have taken because the ᳲkᳲप is very less. Nothing is given almost. Sarvasya iti cha dve cha iti cha etat adhikrutam veditavyam. Sarvasya, this word, and dve, this second word, both of these words are supposed to be understood as adhikrita, means they are adhikara. So here they are not asking us to do something particularly, but these words will get repeated in further sutras. Because sarvasya dve, what is the nimitta? What is the sthani? Nothing is mentioned in this particular sutra. So they have no any personal agenda. They are just there for the sake of other sutras, the further sutras, and that's what proves their adhikaratva. That they are adhikara sutra, means they are adhikrita. So etat adhikritam veditavyam. We are supposed to understand. It shall be understood as this is adhikrita or they are adhikara. Iti uttaram, ita uttaram yad vakshamaha. Whatever itaha uttaram, hereafter yad vakshamaha, whatever we will say, padasya ityatah prak, before this or till this padasya sutra, whatever we will say from this sutra till padasya sutra, whatever we will say, means Shastrakara will say, ityatah prak. Till that we have to understand. Not till that this sarvasya dve will get repeated, or till that the adhikara of sarvasya dve continues. Ityatah prak sarvasya dve iti adhikritam. Sarvasya इति च द्वे इति च इति एतत् अधिकृतं वेदितव्यम्। पदस्य इत्यतः प्राक् तावत् पर्यन्तम् अधिकृतं वेदितव्यम्. Till that we are supposed to understand that सर्वस्य द्वे are अधिकार words or अधिकार सूत्र. That's how we are supposed to understand, or that is what is the meaning. सर्वस्य द्वे भवतः इति एवं वेदितव्यम्. Okay. So everything of that will get repeated. Bhavatah iti evam veditavyam. Thus we are supposed to understand. Vakshati. Okay, when will it happen? Okay, when this duplication will happen? So Vakshati, he will said, when after this sarvasya dve, immediately the sutras will start. Nitya vipsayoho. This is the fourth sutra. So in the case of when we are supposed to do this repetition of word, so when there is a sense of one particular word, the sense of always, and the second sense is each. So give this particular thing to each student, or do this always. So these are two different sense. In this sense, word will get doubled. That is the meaning. Nitya Vipsayo Sutra says this. So suppose the next is that Tatra Sarvasya Sthane Dve Bhavatah. There Nitya Vipsayo in the sense of Nityata and Vipsa. Nitya means always. Vipsa is where we want to give it to each, every. So water every tree. So घर घर जाकर हमने ये दिया. So यहाँ पर in Hindi becomes easy. तो घर घर जाकर पानी दे दिया. गांव गांव जाकर प्रचार किया. So गांव गांव, this word is getting repeated. Now गांव गांव जाकर प्रचार किया मतलब we went to every village and we did the prachar. That is the meaning. Now this nitya, where the action takes place in always format, means the continuation is there in the action, or alwaysness is there in, I don't know alwaysness word exists or not, but just we are using just in the sense of always. That's what I want to say. So there the duplication will happen. Kedve bhavata shabdatascha arthatascha ubhayathantaratame. So where this is just the further, just we can avoid this line. Shabdatascha arthatascha ubhayata antaratame. They should be, it again depends upon the vipsa, the ichha, where we want to give the emphasis on. That's what. So we will keep this line. Ekasya pachati shabdasya dvau pachati shabdau bhavatah. So one pachati word will become double. So suppose Ramah pachati. So Ramah pachati, but I want to say Rama cooks always. So I can say Ramah pachati pachati. That means Rama cooks always. That is the meaning. Ramah pachati, correct. Ramah pachati pachati is also correct. Narayanah likhati, Narayanah likhati likhati means Narayan writes always. That is the meaning. So pachati is getting doubled. Gramo gramo ramaniyaha. Every village is beautiful. So here each sense is there or expected. So I want to say that all villages are beautiful. Ramaniya villages are there. So gramo gramo ramaniya. So grama is getting doubled. Anyone wants to ask?
See, like bodham bodham prati.
Yeah. So the samasa is also going to take place in this. So in the avay bhava samasa will take place here. All these things are connected. Later we will need this. But for now, the reason of this sutra coming here is different. Let's see. So that's how what is the meaning of sarvasya dve we understood. How it works, that also we understood, that words are getting repeated. Now we see here pachati pachati, gramo gramo, vruksham vruksham. Okay. So these are called the dvitiyatva or dvitva. Dvitva is happening here. There are some other prakaranas also where dvitva happens, but here in this particular case, whole word is getting reduplication or it is getting doubled. Okay. Now let's come to the main sutra which we are supposed to understand. Tasya paramamreditam. That is the meaning. Tasya. Now first sutra, sarvasya dve, if we see 8th chapter, first pada, first sutra it is. 8th chapter, first pada, second sutra is tasya paramamreditam. So this is Saudhnya Sutra. What is the main meaning? Amre ditam syat. Main meaning. May it become Amredita. Amredita. It will be named as Amredita. May it be named as Amredita. Amreditam. Or in other words, we can say Amredita Saudhyam Syat. May it become named as, or may it be named as Amredita. What? So, Param Amreditam. Whatever is next, be named as Amredita. Next of what? So, Viruktasya Param Amreditam Syat. Viruktasya Param Amreditam Syat. Whatever was doubled, of that doubled, whatever was next one will be named as Amredita. That is the meaning. Viruktasya Param. Whatever Virukta means Vihi Uktam. That which was said twice, of that whatever was the next one or the second one will be named as Amredita. May it be named as Amredita. That is the meaning. But there is, so that is Viruktasya Param Amreditam Syat. But there is no word in the, this is the Vritti. This is what we have understood. There is no word Tasya. Param and Amreditam, these two words we understood. Syat we assumed, but Tasya word is not taken. So Tasya word is this Viruktasya. How? So Tasya Sarvasya dve bhavatah. Now whatever was word, of that word everything will get doubled. Now whatever was doubled, of that Tasya Sarvasya dve abhutam tatah yat param tad amreditam. After that, when we did double, after that whatever was the next one will be named as Amredita. Okay. So in the case of Pachati Pachati, the second Pachati is this Amreditam. The second Pachati is Amredita. Gramo Gramo Ramaniyaha. The second Gramaha, the Param Gramaha is Amredita. Okay, that is the meaning. This line is just to show that how long this or till what sutra this Adhikara continues. So 15 sutras are there. Till these sutras, this Adhikara continues. And then the Padasya Adhikara continues. Okay. Now, once something is named by Maharshi Paniniji, that means he is going to use that name for further rules, to make or to create new rules. So what is that rule is the next rule. Now there he has used this Amredita Saudhnya and he has written the sutra. Let's read the sutra, we'll understand. Kanamredite, Kanamredite, Kanamredite. कान नकारस्य रुः स्यात् आम्रेडिते. Kan amredite. Here this line I was explaining. If you understand Nrunpe, I took this explanation for Nrunpe. We'll see what is this line. But first let's understand. Ruh syat. Again, the Rutva Prakarana is going on. Now in this Rutva Prakarana, the Amredita Saudhnya is used. Okay. So Saudhnya is created somewhere in some other chapter and it is used here. So there is one paribhasha. The paribhasha is at the very beginning of Paribhashendu Shekhara. This particular paribhasha is taken that yatha sthanam saudhnya paribhasham ani yatha kalam saudhnya paribhasham. So wherever it is mentioned in the Ashtadhyayi, there itself, when we learn saudhnya and we learn the paribhasha, that is as per the order of the Ashtadhyayi. This is one way of learning saudhnya and paribhashas. Okay, wherever the saudhnya is mentioned in Ashtadhyayi, there itself we learn that particular saudhnya and that particular paribhasha. Whereas second method is when there is need or when there is actual requirement of that particular saudhnya or that particular paribhasha, at that time when we learn that particular saudhnya or paribhasha, that is second way. So both way, so both of them have their own advantages, disadvantages. So any one of those methods are applied and the saudhnyas and paribhashas are learnt. Now at the very beginning in the ᳲकᳲप, the saudhnya prakaranam is given and paribhasha prakaranam is given. The saudhnya and paribhashas are taught at that time itself. And sometimes few saudhnyas and few paribhashas are given as per the time whenever they are required. So now here the Amredita saudhnya was not given in the saudhnya prakarana. But now it is given because now it is required. So it's always depends upon the situation, in which situation. If the all saudhnyas are explained at the beginning itself, kind of burden or not the clear understanding we get. If all saudhnyas and all paribhashas we learn at one time itself, becomes difficult. So now this Amredita saudhnya is now required. So far nice sanskaras have happened in our mind. Now we can understand the reason, purpose, everything. So that's why the Amredita saudhnya is taken now by Granthakara. Now, Ruhu Syat is one thing. Ru will happen. Where will it happen? So, Kan. Kan Nakarasya. Kan Nakarasya Ruhu Syat. The Nakara. Kanaha nakarasya, that's how it will be split. I will split it here. Kanaha nakarasya. Something wants to say, someone wants to say something? I heard some voice from laptop. Kanaha nakarasya. That's how the Shashti Tatpurusha Samasa is used. Now, if you see this Kanaha, there is one word Kan, there is one form Kan. Of that Kan, whatever the Nakara is, that Nakara will get replaced by Ru. When Amredite Paresati. When there is Amredita in front of it, Nakara of Kan will get replaced by Ru. That is the main vritti. Now, what is Kan? So, Kim Sarvanama, when it is declined in Pullinga, it will be Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachan. Kah kau ke, kam kau kan. Kim. So Kim Sarvanama Pullinga Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachana. That is the form. Now someone wants to, the Vakta, the speaker, he wants to repeat this Kan. So to whom, मतलब किस किस को कहा गया, किस किस को दिया गया. I'm using Hindi because there is the same structure of sentence in Hindi. In English it is not. To whom that doesn't happen. But किस किस को दिया, किस किस से कहा. So that's how the sentence will be. Now someone wants to say in that way. So he is repeating this Kan. Okay, the Amredita, he did that Dvitva by Nitya Vipsayoho, by this sutra, where he wants to say in the sense of each. Okay. Now Kan, that will be the situation. Kan. This is the situation. Kan, chalo, Uktavan. Kan, Uktavan, like that we will take for the sake of the completion of sense. So Kan, in this situation, in this particular situation only, not Uktavan, but whenever the Kan is getting Dvitva, repetition, in this situation, that particular situation only, what will happen? Nakara of Kan will get replaced by Ru. Now Nakara of Kan, any Nakara will not get replaced. This Nakara will not get replaced, though there is, this Nakara is also of Kan. Why? Because Nimitta is Amredite Paresati. For this Nakara, there is Amredita, something called Amredita in front of it. But for this Nakara of Kan, there is no Amredita in front of it. There is something else, Uktavan or something, anything else will be there. So, if there is Amredita in front of Nakara of Kan, that situation only is required here, or that situation is only discussed here, not any other situation. So, in the case of this Nakara of this particular Kan, only this particular sutra is applied and not in the case of this particular Kan. Why? Because there is no Amredita in front of this Kan Nakara. For this Nakara, there is Amredita, which is this Kan. So Kan we understood. Second Kan is Amredita. It is there in front of it. Amredite Paresati, particularly mentioned. Therefore, this Nakara will get replaced by Ru. Now, once it gets replaced by Ru, what happens? So, our standard procedure is this. That here there is a question will come that let's solve the first these two examples, and then we will see. So Kan will get the Anunasika. Oh, sorry, so first Rutva we will bring Ru. Then Ka, it will get nasal, or okay, and then Ru, just Ra I will mention, then Kan. Now here Visarjaniyasya, first the Kharavasana or Visarjaniyaha, so I will type. Kharavasana or Visarjaniyaha, then yes, yeah. So then here there is one This is the situation in front of us. And the examples will be solved like directly here. This is how it will be solved. Now, Karavasanayor Visarjaniyaha, Visarjaniyasya Saha Kharipare, that we applied. The question should come that why ᳲκᳲප was not applied in this case. That question should come. Correct. There is Visarga and this Kan is Pada. So Padanta Visarga it is. So we don't have any problem. Visarga should get replaced by this Jivvamuliya, which is not getting here. And directly Sa is remaining. So Jivvamuliya is not coming. Visarga is also not remaining because Chad Visarga was also supposed to remain. So that is also not happening. And this Sa is coming and it is remaining as it is. The examples are solved. If you see here, Kams Kan. So both examples are given. Now the very obvious question is this only. Why this Visarga, this is not happening? What? ᳲκᳲප is not being applied. So the main reason is that the further explanation is not given. Maharishi Panini just created one Ganapatha where I will let's go to that Ganapatha. There is Kaskadeshu Gana, Kaskadi Gana. Yes. Ganapatha. We'll read that and we'll finish. This is Kaskadi Gana. Kaskadi Gana is where the Kaska, this particular word is first word, and this is read together. Now, Kaha Karoti. This is the Kaha Karoti. Kaskak Karoti is the situation. Nothing very different. But now, in this particular situation, these words are read as it is. No further explanation is given. Okay. Now, as much as possible, words will be explained, and then the further form, which may take the more explanation, or which may require more explanation, or many sutras or rules. Instead of giving or creating new rules, Maharishi Panini reads those words in Ganapatha. That these are the words which will be like this. So we understand those words as it is given there in that particular text in Ganapatha. There are some other reasons also for this Ganapatha, but one of those reasons is this, that in order to avoid the unnecessary or the vistara, to avoid the vistara of rules, too many rules. If at all someone wants to describe everything in the rules, then one can explain with the rules, but then there won't be any limit of the rules. So in order to avoid those rules and the form at the end of those rules, we are going to get very common or very small form. So for those things, Maharishi Panini uses these tricks. So Kanskan is here, directly it is read here. No further explanation, just understand it will be like this. So this is explanation for this Kanskan, how this Sakara is remaining. Okay, if I find out something else as well, I will mention it in next class. For now, this much is the explanation. So till this Prakriya we have to follow, and when it comes to this situation where we are supposed to apply ᳲκᳲπ, we have to understand, no, Sakara will remain Sakara only by Kaskadeshu. This Kaskadi Gana, it comes in Kaskadi Gana, that's why it remains as it is. We'll do Shanti Patha, and then if there are questions, we'll see the questions. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम
हरि ओम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम
Congratulations, 100 sutras are over today.